Bottoms up. Oh man, talk about exceeding my expectations. What's going on, everybody? My name is John Serwin and this is my kitchen. Welcome. Today, I'm gonna show you how I made this. A brunch classic, and hey, Mother's Day's coming up. Beautiful Eggs Benedict, and instead of on an English muffin, we made English muffin bread. Homemade hollandaise, some poached eggs, and some Canadian bacon. We'll show you the techniques and how it's done coming up. Stay tuned. All right, folks, I'm gonna do a little experiment. In here, in this, I have a half a cup of vinegar and half a cup of water. I honestly think I might have to do a little bit more and probably change up the vessel anyway. Nope, you know what? We're keeping the same vessel, but I'm gonna go ahead and add, so we're gonna go with a total of 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water. We're just using some distilled white vinegar. We're not going expensive on this, but we're gonna go a little scientific and we're gonna put our eggs that we wanna poach, we're gonna crack them right into this solution here. Supposedly that's gonna help set the white, and we're gonna leave it for about 10 minutes while we make the hollandaise sauce. I've never actually attempted this, so we're gonna experiment and see how it works out. See if it's a good idea or not so good idea. Since we are now, a bread making household, I ended up buying one of these. It's kind of like a manual bread slicer. We're gonna see how this works out for English muffin bread. I got it set to 1.5 inches. You know, maybe I'll go 2 inches. Give it a nice thick bread slice for the English muffin. Let's see, wish me luck. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Okay, that just glided right through. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I'm excited for that. All right, I'm gonna finish up slicing this up. All right, we're gonna get ready to start making our hollandaise. I have, well, 6 eggs total right here. I buy pasture-raised. I really enjoy pasture-raised eggs. A little more expensive, but hey, eggs are expensive as it is nowadays. You know what I do wanna do though? So I have this is probably a 4-quart saucepan, and I'm gonna do a double boiler. My bowl will fit right on top of here. There's so many ways to make hollandaise sauce, but I'm gonna show you a way right now with pretty much zero equipment. I'm just gonna put it on medium heat. We'll let it come up and then not get to a boil, but we'll let it, once it kind of gets close to a boil, we'll let it come down, and we only want small bubbles. I'll show you more when we get there, but right now I do wanna just heat it up. What we're gonna do for our hollandaise though, we're gonna separate our egg yolks. And what I found to be the easiest way to separate egg yolks is I'll take it, crack it on the countertop, put it right into the bowl. And then I just grab a clean hand, scoop it. This is actually quite a fresh egg because that white is hanging onto it. I'll go back and forth. And when we want just, ooh, Jesus. I was just trying to explain. When we want just egg yolks, why we wanna do it over a separate bowl first is because we don't want any of that white in with the yolks. And vice versa. You know, if you were making a meringue or anything like that, you would not want a touch of any of the egg yolks in with the white. All right, this is taking a minute. Hey, got it, but there you go. Super fresh egg, I guess. So I'm gonna do 4 egg yolks, just like such, and we'll be back. Gonna save these egg whites, you know, throw them into scrambled eggs or whatnot. You have plenty of use for them. I'm gonna grab my juicer, squeeze 1 lemon, actually just cut 1 lemon and get it ready, because we're gonna use at least the juice of half of a lemon, but might as well get both in there and ready to roll. Start by squeezing 1/2 and we'll keep the other half off to the side for now. What we do wanna do though is start whisking up these egg yolks, try and get them a little bit aerated some. So before we get them onto that double boiler. Eggs, butter, lemon juice, maybe a little bit of seasoning, a little salt, and a little bit of cayenne at the very end. You're gonna be whisking for a little while, so go ahead and use different grips, different techniques, because your arm is gonna get tired. But right now we kind of have it at, if you see, a little bit of a ribbon stage, which that's good. That's what I wanna see. So I have 4 egg yolks, and what we wanna do is just do this over, get it heated up a little bit. Just remember, you're gonna be whisking quite a bit. Instead of using melted butter, I'm gonna use butter that is softened, room temperature butter. When this starts melting, I'll know, hey, we're getting enough heat, and I can watch the eggs. I don't want the eggs to curdle. That's the whole point of this double boiler, right? Is to cook it gently, but keep an emulsification. Well, butter is an emulsification, so if you were to completely melt the butter, you kind of already broke that emulsification, right? Anything over 185 degrees, I believe, is you start breaking that emulsification. So I figured go in with softened butter. Let's see how this turns out. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of salt. just a touch of a pinch, because remember, our butter is salted. Once I get half the butter incorporated, I'm gonna go in with my lemon juice. With the butter being softened and not melted, it's showing me how hot this is gonna be. Like if it's melting too quickly, I know to pull it off the heat and move it off to the side and whisk it off to the side. Half of our butter is in, so I'm gonna go in with juice of half a lemon. I'm gonna get this back vigorously whisking and keep going in with that butter. That thinned it out some. You know, whatever consistency you want, that's what you go for. I like it a little thicker. Once this is done, we can go ahead and thin it out with a little bit of water if need be. That's moving pretty good, so I am gonna actually take this off. Ooh, see, I'm gonna turn that down because I don't want it boiling. That's why you just watch it by eye, right? Hopefully you can still see this. All right, get all the way down to low. Keep this emulsification going. Next time I'll use a bigger bowl. All right, we got it back down to not a rolling boil. Gonna put this back on. Adding our butter. Let's see what temperature we're at for the eggs, or for our hollandaise. I think I want to bring this up to about 140 some odd degrees, so we're gonna keep going. 140 to 160 is what I would think the consistency of where I want it. And you know what, if the eggs cook a little bit too much on you and you get some chunks, go ahead and just strain it. You know, no one needs to know. I just hope you guys will sit here and try out some different techniques, because guess what, this is pretty fun. Yeah, is it a little labor intensive? Absolutely, but will it be completely worth it? 1000%. All right, we're getting a pretty nice consistency. We're getting close now, folks. I'm just gonna keep giving her a back and forth like this. That's the thickness I want. I am gonna kill the heat, see what we're at. All right, 145. I'm gonna move this over and leave this over on my simmer burner, because that residual water is just gonna keep it warm enough. So I like to do it in a non-stick pan, just so it doesn't stick. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it, right? I'm gonna take some water, fill it up. I'm gonna fill this up pretty high. That's why I don't fill it up and then move it over. All right, let's see how much we can get in here. You know, some people like using a deep-sided. I like using either a frying pan or a shallow pan, because you can get a bunch in and you can go clockwise. Like if you're doing 4 or 6 at once, like right now I'm only doing 2. You're doing 4 or 6 at once, use a wide frying pan like this, and you can sit there. Okay, I started at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. At the firehouse, when I do poached eggs, that's how I do it. You know, I kind of do 6 at once. All right, we're gonna bring this up to a little bit of a simmer, probably around 160 to 180 degrees, just when we start seeing some bubbles. So we'll be back when that's happening. In the meantime, I just want to show you, oh, look at that thickness. That is awesome. And guess what? When it comes to service time, if I want to thin it out a touch, I'll just use a little bit of water. But that's pretty much perfect. Let me see if I could get in there. But if you could see those tiny, tiny bubbles up on the edge, this is kind of what we want. I bet we're around 150 degrees-ish. Yeah, that's pretty good. We're going to bring it up just to when these bubbles start to pop. So right around 160. Going to grab my eggs that have been sitting in here, remember, for about 10 minutes, and we're gonna test this out, see how this procedure goes. See if I can delicately hit this. Maybe I'll tilt it. I wonder if I should maybe just pour it in. Let's give that a shot. Let's pour some in. I'm gonna pour out some of this water first, because I feel like I am gonna break that egg otherwise. So in they go. See how this worked out. Keep them kind of separate, but so far, so good. We're experimenting, folks. We're gonna see. All right, we're gonna let this go until we have our eggs at our desired consistency. In the meantime, I have myself 4 pieces of Canadian bacon that I'm just gonna slightly warm through. One of these days, I am gonna make a video of some homemade Canadian bacon. Just let it warm through. If you didn't wanna create another dish, you could always just let all the residual heat of the toasted English muffin bread, the eggs, the warm hollandaise, that could all heat it up too. Let's check, see how our eggs are doing. Looks like they're getting pretty good. I want them not crazy runny, but not fully done. Oh yeah, still needs about another 2-3 minutes. I just have my regular old toaster, and I'm gonna throw my English muffin bread right in the toaster. All right, we are moments away, so I'm gonna turn this heat off, get my toast started, let that go. Got our Canadian bacon rolling, and we are gonna get these bad boys, check them out, see how that yolk's doing. I think we're gonna be pretty good on that. This one turned out beautiful. I think I know which one's gonna be the presentation plate one. All right, time to assemble, folks. Gonna try and move a little quick here. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of hollandaise on the bottom. Look at that nice thickness, huh? Why not? You know, like buttered toast. 2 pieces of Canadian bacon per. Go on with our eggs. May have sat for a moment, so yolks might not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but happens to the best of us, right? And now go on with a nice, thick hollandaise. Man, this looks so incredibly good. This is a rich meal. Do just a touch of some cayenne right on top, and then just a touch of some chives right on top. And that there, folks, is some beautiful, beautiful Eggs Benedict. All right, and there you have it, folks. A brunch classic, homemade Eggs Benedict with a simple hollandaise sauce, the English muffin bread instead of English muffins, Canadian bacon, and a poached egg. I mean, can't really beat it. It's classic, it's delicious, and I think this is gonna be awesome with this English muffin bread. But hey, Mother's Day is right around the corner. Go ahead and surprise mom with this. Hopefully I was able to convey to you the easy techniques of making for a bunch of people. Instead of using a toaster for the English muffin bread, go ahead and throw it in your broiler in the oven. Same thing with the Canadian bacon. Once the toast is done, go ahead and throw the Canadian bacon in there, put it under the broiler for 30 seconds. Boom, add your egg, hollandaise, and what we did was a little bit of cayenne pepper and chive on there to. But yeah, it's approachable. Yeah, is there some techniques to it? A little bit. All right, well, nothing left to do but give it the old official taste test. And honestly, I've been messing around with little thumbnails and other little things going on that this yolk probably won't be as runny as I want it, but it's still gonna be delicious. So I'll do a cross section here for you. Not as runny as I usually want it. Can't be proper with this one. I'm gonna go in with a big old sirloin-sized bite. Bottoms up. Oh man, talk about exceeding my expectations. That English muffin bread, out of this world. I am gonna do a new video of that. I have an older video of it on my channel already. Good Lord, man, that is unbelievably delicious. I wasn't gonna eat this all, but guess what? I am. That hollandaise, my God. I gotta get through this before I devour this entire thing, because once this camera's off, say goodbye to this thing. That hollandaise sauce, so incredibly simple. Yeah, is there technique? I shouldn't say it's simple ingredients with a little bit of technique. And I think that doing the softened butter really helped out. I don't know, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I'll do a video where I make it 3, 4, 5 different ways for you guys too. And I'll probably even break a sauce in there and show you, hey, you can still save it. There's a reason why this is classic and delicious. That smokiness of the Canadian bacon, that fat and acid in the hollandaise sauce, the creamy egg, the delicious English muffin bread. Good Lord, man. A little speechless, but exceeded my expectations, and I hope you guys try this out and it exceeds yours. So always appreciate you guys coming by, and just remember, you're only making food out of ingredients till you sit down and share them with the ones you love. Then it's a meal. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. That will greatly help out us growing this. Right over here, I have a video that YouTube thinks you'll like, and here's a video that I think you'll like. Always appreciate you guys coming by. It always astonishes me that this channel is growing like it is. So we're gonna keep having fun, keep growing this thing, and keep making videos, putting out good content for you guys. All right, till next time.